All right, we got the bolts for the sway bar. Let's do this. Alright, so that is not going to work. They provide enough hardware to mount the sway bar to the brackets they provide, but they do not provide enough hardware to mount everything to the subframe. And we cut those off a long time ago, so I gotta order some new bolts. And so, alright, so I probably threw in the clip from the end of the last video. We got that hardware now, so we should be good to go to mount this sway bar. So let's go into the car and throw it on there. Alright, so we're under the car. Clearly, I'm just trying to see if I had this on the right side. I looked at the instructions and whatnot, so it looks like the plates face the inside of the car. So we're going to get that on there right like that. And fuck, I just realized that I only ordered 2 bolts, not the, you know what, whatever. I'll order those 2. I gotta order some things anyway, so I'll order those 2. We're throwing them on regardless, so we can get it on, at least on the car. So yeah, mount the brackets there, put the other one on the other side over there, and then we can mount the sway bar to the bottom plate right here, and we should be good. So let me grab the hardware and we'll throw it on. All right, so we're going to throw on some anti-seize because, you know, we're doing it on everything. You don't want this stuff to lock up like it was before. It kind of bothers me a little bit that we don't have this hardware Cerakoted either, but I may come back at some point and take these off again and Cerakote them. But for right now, this thing has been apart for far too long, so I'm ready to get it back together. So yeah, here we go. All right, now, other side. All right, so I'm gonna snug these down just a little bit, not all the way tight, but we'll get those on there and we'll put on the sway bar. Alright, that is super bright. I am ready to install the sway bar. So I'm going to drop this arm right here down so I can get the sway bar in there, because otherwise I'm going to be beating it around and all that stuff, and we just coated these parts, so don't want to do that. So drop that arm, get the sway bar under the axle there, and it should fit under there nicely. I've tried test fitting it and whatnot, and it does. I mean, it goes in on this side obviously, but this side's super tight. So we'll just drop this arm right here and get that done. So yeah, here we go. All right, boom, just like that, we got the sway bar on. I went ahead and put on the end link on this side. Let me see if I can roll over here and show you. Oh, and I can't. Let me go back this way. Yeah. Anyway, right there, we got the Whiteline end links on there. I'm gonna throw on this one on this side, and then that'll be it for the sway bar, aside from some like fine tuning or whatever, but yeah, that'll be mounted on there and we can move on to the next task. Okay, we got both side end links on. You can see that one there a little bit. Got the end links on. We put the lateral locks on. I've never really used those or seen those, so I'm not really sure what they're like how useful they are, but I put them on there for right now. They're not tight. I gotta put the car on the ground first before I tighten them and everything, but yeah, they're on there at least. Just gotta tighten them down, and yeah, we got both sides done, so that is complete, I guess. I've had that sway bar in the floor for, I don't know how long, months, but yeah, off the floor, onto the car, super solid. We are, I think we're pretty much done with the rear. Wait, I gotta put, there's a hose clamp. Let me grab that and I'll put that on real quick. Alright, so I was gonna try to show that, but it's so tight under here, there's no way I could have showed what I was doing there. You just saw me laying on the floor, but there was a clamp like way up in there behind the subframe that was quite difficult to get to. You can kind of see it shining right there. It won't even focus up in there. But that little clamp went on the hose that goes to the tank from the filler neck. And I didn't have a clamp that fit it in Virginia before we moved. I had some clamps and none of them fit, and I was just out of time, and the clamp shop was closed, so I had to just go with it and put the subframe back on and hope that I could get a clamp on there without having to drop it all back down. And I was able to. It's on there tight, so good to go on that. So now, what's next? Let's do some wiring, shall we? So I've explained this several times, but I'll explain it again if you're new here. These little wires right here are to the license plate lights in this bar here. On the US bumper, on the Evo, they had lights on each side of the bumper. I took those out a long time ago, and so I just tucked the wiring up under the frame here, all that extra stuff, and it was probably like 2 or 3 feet of wire, I guess, maybe. But yeah, when I was taking the car apart, I cut all that out, so now we got to patch this little guy back into these wires for the lights, and then plug this guy into this little guy right here, and we should have some lights back here, which that's basically it for the rear. I mean, we got the sway bar on, that clamp is finally on there, finally. And yeah, put on some wheels in the back. They're not quite ready to go on yet, but wheels, and then that's it. Exciting. All right, a little bit of splicing, a little bit of dicing, and we got this thing all taken care of. We got the wires running through there, got some heat shrink on there, put some tape on it, some wire loom, and we got it clipped in right about here. And yeah, runs under the car. All nice and clean, looking solid. So man, that's it for the rear. Actually, you know what? Just because I'm picky, as you guys may well know if you've been following the channel for a little bit, I might have a little bit of OCD. It's not for sure, but I'm gonna pick that sticker off right there, and I'm gonna put one of the Whiteline ones on there. So yeah, I'm gonna grab my alcohol and get that off of there. Much better. All right, got all my stuff cleaned up back here. I still am super pumped on getting that complete under there. It looks so good with the sway bar stuff on there now. But now I gotta start working on moving on to the inside here. And next up on the list though is under the hood here. We got a lot going on under here. We have a radium fuel rail we have to install. I need to get that off of there. I need to work on the line we have here coming from the tank up through here. This is the return here. The feed is right here, but gotta get those situated, figured out. I need to get my injectors sent off and get those cleaned. I got a brand new catch can. It's Cusco as well. This one is like, I don't know, I put this on the car a long time ago, so it's leaking a little bit here. It's not like coming out of it, but you can tell it's getting some stuff around it there, and it's just old looking. So we got a new one of those, and see, you gotta order some piping for the intercooler pipe. If you're just joining and you missed some updates and whatnot, we smashed the intercooler, getting it onto the trailer a little bit when we moved from Virginia to here. So I gotta get that off the car and replace that as well. The intercooler is here. We have an ETS one in the house there. What else? Jeez. I'm just now realizing I have a lot more work to do under here than I thought I did. Yeah, give me a sec here. Actually, you know what, on second thought, I think I'm gonna end this one off here. I've been trying to keep these like kind of short and doing like one thing at a time. And so we got the back part of the car done now pretty much. And so I think next time we'll start and we'll do the exhaust, or I'll begin that work under the hood. That's a lot of work under the hood that I forgot a lot of that. So perhaps I'll do the exhaust next, because that's, I can finish at least from the front of the car to the back of the car and not have to be under the car anymore in the back part of it. But yeah, anyway, I wanted to show you guys a sneak peek of the wheels that we're gonna go on the car. These are Volk CE28s, SLs in the gloss black. I grabbed a hold of these a while back, and so the plan was to put those on the car because I was supposed to have the car done before I left Virginia. But as you know, that did not work out. And so now that I've had time to think and ponder, which is not always a good thing, I bought those wheels in the wrong offset. I knew they were the wrong offset, but I was just going to run spacers in the front, the way they clear the brakes, and just call it good. But now that I've thought about it a little bit longer, I don't want to run spacers. And so I was able to find another set of Volks and had those on order. They should be here in a week, which I know like Volks in a week is insane, but I think I found a set, what I believe is like one of the last sets in the country of these wheels. And so they should be here soon. So I'm excited about that. I'll show you those later on. But yeah, for now, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it very much. As always, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of the process, the progress. If you have any questions, drop those down there as well. Feel glad to help much as I can, chat, whatever. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.